exactly.
Wow.
You know, and he would like be, I don't want to call
You want to put one?
Yeah, and he'd be like, I'm not going to call the cops on you guys, but if you could just quiet it down so that they don't come on their own and get me in trouble, I would really appreciate that. You know, so that is.
It's not even the same building.
Yeah, no, he
and
was
then there
across
was the
the
one year
street.
that we had the people, that we actually had the people, the college students from that set of apartments there, wander over to join in the fun.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah. Something's going on.
Oh, yeah, we have a good time, and realistically, I mean, we've learned how to be how to adult a little bit better and not get ourselves in trouble at the Omni because we respect that it's like a chain hotel and everything, that they, you know, that we're not the only people there. The old place was smaller, so we pretty much owned it, you know, when we were there. But this new place, it's not just us. There's lots of other people there, so we try to behave ourselves. But I don't know, we haven't had too much.
I imagine that was why they offered a discount, just so they knew everybody and they could put the stall down one end as far away from everyone else as
Makes
possible.
us easier to track, yeah.
What the smart thing is to do at the hotel is just throw everyone on the same floor from the event.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about as many noise complaints either.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know you've stepped up in the world when you're at a resort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
and
totally...
they have a massage place.
I totally
Dedicated
opted for
massage
that.
place downstairs.
Oh my God, yeah.
No way, really?
Oh yeah, the old hotel, they
yeah.
had a gal who came in and did massages, and they just had a room that she used. And she gave great massages, but it wasn't like a spa. Now the new place, when you go to book the room, and I love this about the Omni, they say, oh, well, you know what, we'll give you 20% off on a spa package. And oh, while you're at it, we'll also give you 20% off on a food package and 20% off on a beer package. Would you like that? You know, so I like buy all of these things because I'm going to drink beer, I'm going to eat food, and I darn sure am going to need a massage after running the MMA.
After all that.
Yeah, after running the conference and the meetup and then judging at the Mazer Cup, I am so going to be needing a massage, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a total scene. That's the good thing about it. And it's up in Colorado, close to a lot of the local craft breweries as well, so they have a lot of those on tap there at the tap room, as they call it, and the little restaurant inside the Meritage is quite good as well.
Yes.
And from what I understand, Colorado is doing some interesting things with infusing certain plant matter.
Yes.
Interesting.
There are a couple of meaderies that are experimenting with it, and there are inquiries being made into getting it somehow legalized. I'm not exactly sure what needs to happen with that, but it's being inquired about. So
I thought we were going to see it on the federal level.
Yeah, on the federal level, they're not going to get it, but it's possible they may be able to get something put through in the local level the same way they got marijuana legalized. I don't know exactly. Yeah, I'm not privy to, to how that all works for that, but I know that it's something that's being looked into, and I do know that there are individuals that are playing with that, on their own. So
on the home level.
Oh yeah, lots of that going on the home level.
I would think that since it's been legalized recreationally, they can put it in a little tea bag and sell it with it, and you can mull it in after the fact, kind of like Chaucer's does with its spice bag.
That's an interesting concept. And, oddly enough, one of our speakers, Michael Jordan, who is speaking at the AMMA conference, is going to be talking about doing CBD-infused meads, which CBD oil is legal, at least at this point in time, although I understand the feds are working to change that, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But it's
not legal for use. The VA won't prescribe it.
Yeah. So,
but it's not euphoric, right? CBD is not euphoric.
No, it's not.
So.
It's a pain management. It's a pain management
thing. It's a chronic pain management deal.
Yeah, it's not actually got any euphoric capabilities whatsoever. There's no THC in it. It's got health. It's got health qualities, but yeah, not THC. So, Pete, aren't you
aspects of marijuana?
Yeah, exactly. Don't you do a tasting thing for your thing on Thursday, the calibration? Is that only for people working the Mazer Cup, or is that for other people as well?
Nope, that's open to anybody that's going to be there.
Okay.
Last year we went over and agonizing, excruciating detail faults and how to detect them and different ways of tasting. And this year we're going to go more esoteric and go into something that I think a lot of the judges can really benefit from, and that is, hey, this mead says cinnamon and it doesn't make my mouth hot from cinnamon, so I'm going to mark it down because there's not enough cinnamon in it. So basically what I want to do is kind of take a lot of the folks that are sort of new to mead judging and judging in general, and sort of step through the whole idea, the conceptualization of complexity, structure, integration, and balance, and some of the nuances of having a mead that may be advertised as a vanilla cinnamon mead, but it's not hitting you over the head with a bat with all vanilla and cinnamon in it. It's giving you layers of complexity and layers of subtlety and palate development and such. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit, how things develop across the palate, what to look for, how to find them, and how to recognize a really complex, a really well structured and integrated mead, as opposed to finding all the faults in it. We got the faults out of the way.
That's always been my biggest problem with competitions around the country, and even with the Mazer Cup, is how do you describe it in a way that's not going to have a judge knock you for the way you've described it versus the way it tastes.
Right. And that's kind of a balance as well. It's like, generally when you put something down there, if you don't have it represented, in a big, strong and right out there in front way, they're going to go, well, hey, he said blueberries, and it only tastes slightly of blueberries. Well, I think most good judges that have been around for a while and have judged more than one competition or so will know that just because it says blueberry on it doesn't mean that you need to feel like you're biting into a blueberry. There are many different, variances of the way blueberry can taste, all the way from the aroma to the actual flavor. Is it fresh? Is it something that's cooked? Is it jam? Is it, dried? Is it, poached? Different kinds of flavors and aromas and tastes and sensations. So that's
I must say I stole a title once and called it Subtle Strawberry for that reason.
Yeah, my not so subtle strawberry.
Yeah.
No, I just called it Subtle Strawberry because it was subtle, but it was because of your title. I did steal that.
That is a Mazer Cup award-winning mead. That mead. So I apologize for any barking you might hear. Mary is losing her mind in the living room.
Oh, that's fine.
Kind of sounds like a squeaky toy, actually.
Yeah, she's got a very high-pitched bark. She's
You're
admitting
talking about a dog. You're talking about a dog. I thought you might have had a neighbor over that just broke into barking every once in a while.
No, that's Nymeria, who's like 7 pounds of vicious Rottweiler dire wolf.
I was going to say, she's her dogs are just chew toys.
Yeah, be glad I'm not bringing him with me to Florida.
So that's what you meant by sharing your room. Why do you need pajamas for that?
No. That's sharing my room with AJ, and so far as I know, she's housebroken. So
She
hasn't told me otherwise, so I'm assuming she is. She is Canadian, so it's hard to say, right?
You don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
There's a litter box on the floor here. I'm good.
Well, share it with the rabbit. It's all good.
Just so long as we don't have any fire drills this year.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we actually had an evacuation.
We did.
And of course, I just got back upstairs. It was in between the end of the first day of commercial judging and the mead mixer. I'm sorry, no, it was between the award ceremony and the best of show for the home competition. And I'm upstairs, I'm relaxing, I'm like, okay, well, I think I'm going to have a shower before I go downstairs. So I hop in the shower, I get soaked up, and no sooner than I've got shampoo in my hair than the alarm goes off.
Oh, jeez.
Please head quickly and quietly to the, emergency exits located at the end of each floor. And I'm like, I'm going to finish my damn shower before I go downstairs, because I know there's some idiot that's smoking in the room to set off the fire alarm so everybody has to evacuate. And evidently there was some kind of an issue down in the kitchen.
There was an actual fire, yeah.
Yeah, there was smoke, but there wasn't any flame based on what I was hearing. So I'm just glad that I finished off. But, there's nothing worse in the world than jumping out of a shower, doing a half-assed job of getting dry, and then trying to pull on a pair of pants over your wet legs and ass.
Oh, yeah. Well, but
and then having to go outside where it's cold.
Well, it wasn't super cold that day. It was chilly. But, yeah, the funny thing is how many of us were standing outside there with glasses and bottles.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Gotta protect the mead.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a real emergency.
Yeah, well, no, it was just that, if you're not working, after the judging is over and before the awards ceremony, there's just a lot of wandering about if you haven't left the site to go eat dinner elsewhere, and there's 2 really good restaurants right in the hotel, so there's really no need to unless you feel again, not to mention that the hotel restaurants both have excellent selections of craft brew.
Yeah, and you got discounts if you signed up for it.
That's right, so they do their part to keep you there, And honestly, I mean, I rarely leave the hotel anymore. I'm there, and I get there, and I pretty much am there at the hotel the whole time because there's so much going on. But I'm actually going to make your tasting class this year. I never seem to be able to make that. I always have something else going on, seems like.
That'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm sure it's all going to be there.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. We just have to adjust all of our. I'm going to send you guys out to go looking around because I have to run the AMMA meeting Thursdays. So.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. It'll be just loads of fun. Sure. Another thing to add to my list of things to do. I got to get mics and stages and stuff set up for that.
Getting the sense you might be putting a little too much on your plate.
Yeah. Well, I'm now the executive administrator of the whole AMMA, so all of this stuff falls under my bailiwick. It's pretty much in my purview now. Yeah. So.
The execustrator.
Execustrator. That's exactly.
Execustrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, jack of all trades.
Yeah. The one in the bucket.
And there you have it.
That's right.
Whatever other people don't have, you get.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I think really looking forward to seeing everybody out there, obviously, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun, bigger and better than last year, and with a lot of folks in from the AMMA, so we should have some pretty good resources there for everybody that wants to talk mead. And just looking forward to getting it going and, getting in there and judging. Judging's one of the things that I love doing more than most other things. So
you're so good at it.
Quick question: if for those of us that aren't able to make it, is there a way to follow along online and see what's going on or anything?
At this point, we don't have the multimedia capabilities. Next year is what we're targeting. We've had enough issues with our hosts for the website this year that anything we did would more than likely bring it down. We're just seeing, one of the reasons that we're experiencing issues is because of the amount of traffic that's being driven to the site this year. It's a lot more than we anticipated, so that's causing the site to run out of memory, and then we have to bounce the server and start over again. So
I'm sure somebody will be live tweeting it.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not crashing because nobody wants to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Well, I think a lot of it was that their host had no idea that this was an actual popular site.
Yeah.
What? You mean more than 30 people are going to look?
How many people actually listen in on your